Hey everybody, Happy New Year. I just wanted to take a minute and talk to you about some of the changes that I found out that are coming up in the grocery stores this year. Um, Last year, we had a lot of tension going on. Some of it was racial tension. We had um, viruses and quarantines, and a number of things going on, and it was an election year to add on top of everything else, and so it was kind of chaotic, to say the least. Well, I've found out that some things that we normally see in the grocery store are being removed um, starting this month, January 2021, and any time between now and the end of June or July, these different items will either be completely removed from the grocery store shelves or they may be restructured to have a different name, different branding, different packaging because people are trying to be culturally sensitive, racially sensitive. Um, and that was the reasoning that I have found in some food news outlets for why they're doing what they're doing. So I ran out today and I picked up some of those items because these were things that I really enjoy eating. Number one, Aunt Jemima. I don't know if you like Aunt Jemima or if you've ever had Aunt Jemima, but it's a personal favorite of mine. I enjoy the pancake mix and I enjoy the syrup. They're going to be rebranding it. It'll have a different name, different packaging. It's not going to have the African American woman on there. And if you can look at the box really close, I don't know if you can see it well enough, but they show a picture of tastes great with the Aunt Jemima syrup. But they've already removed the face from the Aunt Jemima syrup. And eventually the name is supposed to be changing. And this is the original packaging of Aunt Jemima. The buttermilk flavor Aunt Jemima pancakes already have the face removed from the package. They're trying to be culturally sensitive. As I said, I've never had a problem personally of seeing someone that looks like me from my culture on a product. It's nice to see some things that represent my culture on products. And I don't see anything degrading or disrespectful about this African American woman on the product. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Another thing that's being removed from the grocery store shelves is Mrs. Butterworth's syrup. And when I went to look today in the store, I couldn't even find Mrs. Butterworth syrup at Target grocery anyway. It wasn't there. Not at all. I like Mrs. Butterworth syrup. I like the flavor. I like how smoothly it comes out of the bottle and it just flows down the side of those pancakes. But she's gone. And I don't know if you're familiar with Mrs. Butterworth syrup, but it was a bottle that was shaped like a woman, like an African American woman, full of the syrup, of course, and had a head wrap tied on her head and an apron on her waist, which to me reminded me of my grandmother. I don't have any reason to hate my grandmother. Love my grandmother and love the women of that generation. And they always prepared good food that made you feel really wonderful and really good inside. So them taking that away, I understand people are wanting to be extra sensitive because of all the riots that appear to have started here in my own city in Minneapolis last year. So it's already off the shelves here anyway. I don't know if they are off the shelves where you live. If it's something that you like, get it while you can. That's all I can say. Another thing, Uncle Ben's. And this is just the ready rice. You can get all different kinds of Uncle Ben's. You can get the boxed Uncle Ben's. This is just pop it in the microwave and throw your meat with it. Cook your meat and toss it with it and toss some vegetables with it and you're good. they're changing the packaging, they're changing the branding, just like Aunt Jemima, just like Mrs. Butterworth. You see this African American man, mighty handsome older man. I don't see a problem with having his face on this packaging, but somebody obviously sees a problem, and so it's going to go away. So that's another area where things are just not going to be how they were before, which it baffles me, because if you have something good and it's been working for many years, in fact, the Aunt Jemima has been around since 1889. It's 2021. And you're going to take her face off of that packaging now? I don't get it. Well, I kind of get what they're trying to do, and they're trying to be careful and politically correct and all that. But sometimes I think people can go a little bit too far trying to make things all super nicety nice, because I really like these products, and it's really a shame that they're going to be repackaged in a different way, because how am I going to find the same old thing that I really enjoyed eating? And I like having some representation of my culture in a positive way. This is a positive way. What I have not heard is happening yet is the removal of this product, and I hope my saying it doesn't make it happen. Cream of wheat. Another African American man on there. I haven't heard anything about this going away yet, and I'm glad, because I really, really, really like cream of wheat, and I like it just the way it is, and I would like for them to keep that brother on that package. It's nice to have some representation of my culture on different packages. And I know maybe not everybody will get that or totally understand that, but I like being able to see that some things represent me. You know, growing up, and, well, when I first moved to Minnesota, you know, in my early 20s, and there was a contest for looking for a new Betty Crocker. They wanted to update the face of Betty Crocker. And I said, oh, that sounds interesting. And somebody immediately said, no, you can't do that. You're black. Betty Crocker has to stay white. You know, if it's okay for Betty Crocker to stay white, then why can't, you know, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben's, Mrs. Butterworth stay black? You know, why does it have to be a problem? And these things that were already great the way they were, why do they have to be changed? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And those things aren't broke, in my opinion. But with all the changing that they're doing to this, I'm wondering if there will come a time when there will be a change to this. Quaker Oats. It shows a picture of a white man on it. I don't have a problem with that. I still like Quaker Oats, and I'll eat it, no matter whose face is on there. You know, my whole point in this is that they're making these changes for everything that relates to my culture, or someone who has more melanin in their skin. Are they going to do this to all packaging across the board so that there's no faces on anything? You know, we live in a world that's very culturally diverse. Especially in America, we are the melting pot. Yes, there are people that are Hmong. There are people that are from various indigenous tribes. There are people that are Hispanic and Latino and Cuban and African American, and people that have moved here from Africa, from Somalia, Ethiopia, Eritrea. There's Spanish people. There's everybody. Dutch, Russian. You find a little bit of everybody in America. So why can't we all be represented on the food? It doesn't mean I'm only going to eat the food with the person that looks like me on it, because clearly, like I said, I do like my Quaker Oats too. So there's other changes that are coming up too, but I just thought that these changes in the branding because of the blackface that's on the packaging, I thought that was interesting. But there are other changes that are coming up, like Odwalla. They sell those great little smoothies in those square bottles. I guess last year wasn't such a good year, and so some of those things are going to be pulled. There's some craft products that are going to be pulled. And of course, none of that has to do with any branding, but these particular things that I was talking about, this is specifically because of the branding, because of the faces that are on there and the color of the skin. But why can't we focus on the content of the character? So the craft products will be pulling some things. There are some family-based businesses that had a rough year last year. You know, between the riots and the quarantines and the COVID and everything, it was a rough year all around. So, if these are things that you really like, I say grab them while they are still on the shelves, because things are changing pretty quickly. I look forward to talking to you again pretty soon, and we're going to talk about more food news, food recalls, and other situations that may be coming up in the community, and we need to get back to cooking. Maybe do some things with the air fryer next. So until next time, you take care.